Hey folks, welcome to another round of Modern. We have Brady Monroe playing Izzet Prowess versus Kristaps Kapinski on Boros Obosh Midrange. This was our fourth round. They are both undefeated and we're both at table 1. I had wanted to take another table for camera, but this matchup seemed way too interesting. Because Krista currently, I believe, is 21-0 with her deck, or something insane like that. So, and Brady is just a good player. So I figured it'd be an interesting time. So we have a Soulscar Mage into a Solitude with an Ephemerate on it. Going to attack in for 3, gonna go to 21, Brady's gonna go to 16. Whew. Brady is deciding on what he wants to do here. He has a Lightning Bolt, he could just bolt the Solitude. Solitude could get Ephemerated in response, and that's just a no-go. Alright, there's a Mountain into a Ledger Shredder. Passes the turn. Alright, down to the Bugbear, attack it over 3, 13 to 24. Passes the turn. That'd be interesting. I'm thinking of, like, I want to build the blue-black Shadow deck in Modern with Ledger Shredder. I was thinking of the sideboard. Torok Dread Cantor is kind of interesting in, like, a Shredder mirror, because you just place it and be like, alright, cool. You can discard as many cards as you want to. I would like to get big. Granted, I mean, Fatal Push, Heat, still kill it. Bolt for a good chunk. But it's interesting. Krista is just swinging away with the Solitude. Solitude is connected for a good amount of damage and healed Krista for what is about to be 9 life if this hits. Brady's gonna fetch, go to 12. Alright, 2 mana here. Going to Manamorphose. Probably making red, I would assume. Krista's going to respond. 3 mana, probably March of Otherworldly Light. I'm going to try and march the Ledger Shredder. Brady could respond with bolting the Solitude here to get the Connive trigger. I'd still gotta get exiled, but you get the loot a card and see if you maybe find something good. Alright, just lets it get exiled. You draw a card from the Metamorphose. Bolt the Solitude. Alright, Brady is going to untap and draw. Cool. Alright, there's a Dragon's Rage Channeler coming out. Consider Surveil Trigger. He decides to just keep the card on top, draws a card. Plays a Fire Islet for turn and passes the turn. Prowess is one of those decks that I'm just always a big fan of. It's so efficient at what it does, which is also why I really like Krista's deck. It seems to be so efficient, and I'm about that. Alright, tap 3 for a Seasoned Pyromancer. Going to discard a Seasoned Pyromancer to Solitude, draw 2 cards, make 2 1/1 Elementals. Pretty strong play. Seasoned Pyro, just one of those cards. Every time I see it, I'm like, I love this card. Alright, sacking out of the draw card, untap. I can't tell if Delirium's live or not. We have 2 instants, a land, now a sorcery. I think each creature he's had has been exiled. Not that he's really winning the race right now, but... Plays out the Swiftspear. I think he's going to play the Bloodstained Mire for turn. And then leave it open. Oh wait, he can Unholy Heat, going to 11 here. Alright, just plays out a second Swiftspear. We are going wide. Going to pitch Fury, or evoke Fury by pitching March of, oh god, Reckless Joy, I think is the name. We are assigning our 4 damage here.
1 here, 2 here, 1 here. My bad. I got a little overconfident with that.
It's kind of where my thing of like, leaving open, no, because leaving it open doesn't really matter. If you left up the mana, you could Unholy Heat something in response and get a Surveil trigger and hope to find the creature. It's probably not the greatest. Attacking in for 4 damage here. In the other video I just did the commentary for, I was like, I thought Pyromancer was a 3/2 or something. I don't know why I thought that. It can potentially summon 2 1/1s. 5 power for 3 manas. Really good exchange rate, especially if you draw cards. I mean, 4 power for that exchange rate's also really good. Alright, so Brady goes into 7 here. 2 cards in hand with a -3 Swiftspear. Don't think he's winning this game. Oh, no, he has more than 2 cards in hand. He has 4 cards in hand, but still, I don't... He needs like a Pyroclasm type effect, which that card's not modern legal. Kozilek's Return. He needs like a Kozilek's Return here. Just clear the board and just it's not gonna be a thing. I know the deck list. There's not one in the deck specifically, especially not in the main board. If he has like Dart, he needs a Dart plus 3 other removal spells. That's not horrible, but just like Dart one of the elementals, flashback Dart the other one, and then triple bolt things. Or combinations of bolt and unholy heat. Yeah, there's an Underworld Breach coming out. 1 Prowess trigger. Unfortunately, even for the plan of, like, bolting the board and killing everything, you're a mana short. That Spire Buff Canal in his hand is not going to do anything for him. And cast a Channeler from the yard. I think he's just trying to put up blockers now, using the Underworld Breach as a value engine. Alright, he's just going to scoop it up. Chris is going to take game 1. We will be right back with game 2, folks. And we're back with game 2. Got Brady on the play, leading with a mountain. Probably playing a creature. There's a Dragon's Rage Channeler. That is in fact a creature. Let's see how Krista responds. Arid Mesa, pass potentially? That was her turn 1 against maps in both games. Right. Going to 17. Gonna play out our Ledger Shredder here. Love that card. Alright, I'm gonna get the Surveil trigger as well as a Connive trigger. Because of casting that Mysterious Wobble. I think the drop is 3rd land here. Drops the Metamorphose, bobbles Krista. Attacks in for probably 1 still, right? Unless there's a land in the graveyard. Oh, there's a land. Oh yeah, he fetched turn 1, duh. My brain works good, I promise. Chris is gonna fish on the 16. Getting a tapped Sacred Foundry, okay. Has another Mysterious Bauble. Alright, done to the Bugbear. 2 mana. Going to March with a really like the Dragon's Rage Channeler. Passes the turn. Going to draw. Tap the red for a Channeler. Bauble. Surveil, and then Connive. I like that play so much, I'll do it again. Alright, opting this card to land here, that means the spells in his hand must be quite good if he's just foregoing another land. Gonna Bauble Krista again. Looks like a Burnt and Forge Tender. The frame's like delayed a second on that one, so maybe it showed a bit better for the folks watching at home. But attacking in for 2 damage. Or 3 damage. It's either a Forge Tender or a Marcher with a Relay Light. I really can't tell. I think it's Forge Tender though. What do you think? Consists of Swift Spear. It's either Swift Spear, Unholy Heat, or Dart, Unholy Heat.
Pyromancer.
Alright, I see some Pyro coming out. Discarding 2 lands here, not making any 1/1s. I'm going to evoke Solitude to give Reverence. Exiling the Ledger Shredder. There's also a Connive trigger on that Solitude if they notice it. Probably just Unholy Heat the Pyro here, right? That is the Connive trigger. Okay.
Okay. Pass.
Untap a draw. True, an Underworld Breach for turn. That's pretty good. Unholy Heat on the Pyromancer. Get your triggers. So currently attacking in for 5. I'll put Krista to 7. Passes the turn. Plays a Burn to Forge Tender here.
Prismatic ending.
A Prismatic Ending on the Dragon's Rage Chandler.
Pass.
Interestingly, just not bolting Krista at the end step. Yeah. I will just, I guess, save up resources. Alright, 3 mana, going to buy Obosh to hand.
Fury.
It's going to evoke Fury, pitching Obosh, doing 3 damage to Channeler. Going to tap a red. Going to Lightning Bolt Krista in response, get the Surveil trigger.
Yep.
Going to Iteration here. Finds a Spire Bluff Canal. Taking 1, going to 19, playing another Dragon's Rage Channeler, plays land for turn and passes. Ooh, she just drew a Solitude. I think she's 1 mana short. If Krista draws a land, though, that should be enough to pull her back into the game. So Bauble with triggers. Taps 2, plays Underworld Breach. And this is going to be the game. You just tap the red bolt from the yard for 3, and then tap the red bolt from the yard again. She gets sacrificed to Forge Tender, but it's not going to be enough.
What did you exile for the bolt? 3. Okay. Does the bolt get exiled then too?
No, it doesn't. So, guess it again. Targeting.
With what mana?
This is 4th.
Okay. I thought you used that before because I took the damage down.
He's only played Breach.
Alright, we're going to...
Breach. Got it.
I used it last turn and then I'm using it again.
A little bit of confusion, I think, about how
I was like, I knew
the turn has processed, but... Cool. Alright, that's going to be game 2 going to Brady, and we'll be right back with game 3, folks. Bam, we are right back with game 3. I didn't even have a chance to pause it. Alright, Krista will be on the play here. Leading on Den of the Bugbear into a Ragavan Nimble Pilferer. Also, I have a friend who's recently getting into Magic, and he texted me, and he goes, "Yo, that one-drop Monkey Pirate is insane." He's getting into Commander, still learning cards, but it's just very funny. Very interesting witnessing like the reactions non-Magic players have to certain Magic cards. Because card's pretty good.
Well, 18 and
Alright, I'm gonna bolt the Giver Runes. Did Brady keep a one-lander? My man is bold. That's what happens when you play too much Delver in Legacy. You're like, I could find the second land. I do it all the time. The amount of one-landers I've capped with, like, if I have, like, Darcy Bauble, and I'm like, oh, we'll find the second land, don't you worry. And sometimes you don't. And sometimes you're just sitting there, using your one-mana removal spells and hoping to God you get to play the game eventually. Yeah, passes a turn because it's going to fetch. Grabbing a Sacred Foundry. Can't tell if she picked up her draw for turn with Grim Lavamancer or not. Both players are very deliberate, which is something that I do enjoy. Because it's going to fetch with the Winds of Teeth here. I don't know, it's always interesting watching people who they're clearly thinking out their plays, they're trying to do the best thing that they can. Gonna shock as well. Wonder what we got for 4 mana. What is the plan? There's a Grim Lavamancer, 3 mana Ranger Captain of buying Obosh. Okay, pretty solid. If Krista has land, she can just slam Obosh. Meanwhile, Brady, not working with much here. And by much, I mean he actually has just a lot of cards in his hand that are crazy. He just can't play half of them. Looks like we'll be discarding the hand size this turn. Plays out a Soulscar Mage, goes to 17, and passes the turn. Land Slam Obosh. Obosh is a 3/5, mind you. He is a big boy. He is piercing prey without any complications. I had to read Obosh. I was like, I have to check the power toughness. And I was like, can I see it real quick? I was like, does it die to bolt? No, it does not. Coffee is wearing off. I apologize for the yawning. The Obosh getting taken away to the ether. It's me checking its power toughness.
I only had a cast against me one time. And then I got my ass kicked by it.
yeah, it does that.
It does do that.
Go to discard.
Yeah, discards this Crestwood Ocean hand size. Untap and draw. Going into turn 6. Brady has 1 land. I feel like this game is over. I feel like you're just getting like uber out mid-range. A March of Otherworldly Light on the stack, trying to get rid of that Soulscar Mage. going to Bolt Obosh in response. So
Um,
that's actually a really cool play because Soulscar Rage's effect is when you do damage when a source you control does non-combat damage to a creature your opponent controls. It's done in the form of -1/-1 counters. So now Obosh is an O2, which means it cannot crack in for 6 damage this turn.
deal 4 damage to you.
However, Lavamancer is going to do 4.
Take 0.
Yeah. Play Forge Tender.
Alright, 1 mana plus a burn to Forge Tender.
There you go.
Is passes turn. Withdraw. Finally finds a land. On turn 6 of the game. Now the deck does have a low land count. I think it's only like 18 lands. Might even be less than that. It is quite efficient at doing what it does on 2 lands, so. Alright, plays up 2 creatures. I imagine Krista has a Fury. I feel like she's, you know, it's like her deck master. She always has Fury in hand.
Solitude.
Or
Killer,
Solitude, yep, that'll do it. Brady's going to scoop it up. Krista's going to take it 2-1, continuing her streak to, I believe now, 22-0.
22.
So yeah, really sweet deck. Honestly, if you're looking for a new deck to play in Modern, I definitely recommend checking it out. It is super cool, but otherwise, have a great rest of your day.